It's been quite a while since the last time I uploaded on this channel doing a full video. Things been kind of hectic, but this is gonna be a rambly video, just me talking about the truck that I have in front of me. So this is not your jam. Go to some other video, get some other ones on the channel, or you can always go to someone else. But anyway, it's been about 2 years since I finished the Hemi swap project on the truck. Sorry I didn't really post any videos about the thing, but really with the Holley swap kit, literally all you're doing is pulling the old engine out, put new mounts onto the Hemi and throwing it in the truck. Pretty simple stuff. So here's kind of a update. So as you see, probably wanted to get a new battery. Got my battery charge on it, doing the reconditioning thingy on it. Trying to get a little bit of life off here because I just paid for new tires. Sorry about any wind noise. Of course, today I decided to record. It's windy, but so I'm trying to squeeze a little bit of life off of it. If I have to get a new one, I have to get a new one. No big deal. But yeah, so here's how the truck's been. For the most part, the truck's been pretty good. Still iffy about the tuning. I want to find someone that could probably should start doing like the email tunes. That way I get this thing dialed in, because it runs pretty good, but idle's still a little surgy, and then the air free ratios kind of go up and down all the time. It's a little annoying. NV3500 5-speed transmission is holding up okay, although it does not like being shipped at 7,000 RPMs, but it seems to handle the power. Rear end is stock 8 1/4, 355. Limited slip rear end is doing okay. It's a little noisy, but it's been kind of like that since I've got the truck. So it's probably about time to either do a rebuild on that one or just upgrade to the 9 1/4. I think if I do that, I'll do the disc brake conversion as well. New tires on it. These things are great, you know, for being off-brand BF Good wrenches. Got some work on the power steering I got to do. Mostly the inner and outer tie rods. The rack came from the junkyard, and the tie rod on the driver's side is seized up, so I had to like do some weird like alignment stuff to get to fit. So when I'm driving down the road, the steering wheel is all kind of cattywampus. So that's going to be something to fix. Might just buy a whole new rack though. This one does leak a little bit, which is annoying. Overall though, 5.7 Hemi on the first and second gen Dakota is definitely something I would recommend doing. Get about the same amount of fuel mileage as the 318, but make like twice the horsepower, so definitely a thing. But other than that, there's really not much to do. Truck's been pretty good. Sounds great, although I do like to idle the 318 better, but just the way that the exhaust set is set up on this. The 318 sounds like an old school small block, because it's what it is, but the noise on it's pretty consistent throughout the whole RPM band. Well, this one's with the Hemi, it's pretty quiet idle. It's really loud around 2,500 RPMs, just because of the way the resonance works. And then it kind of drops down and goes up steadily. So 318 loudness is kind of like a steady incline. Well, this one's more like a curve. It's weird, but yeah. So that's pretty much the update on this truck. Next couple things is I want to get a new transmission for it, because I want to kind of thrash this on a little bit harder than what I am now. Probably going to stick with the 5-speed, because since I have the cable throttle body, trying to get the 8HP 70 or even the NAG one to work on this is going to be kind of difficult, because they have to have the blip thingy on it for it to work right, and I don't feel like putting the drive-by-wire throttle body on this. I want to kind of keep this where if I have to switch back to the 318 or 360 whatnot, I can. But yeah, that's kind of like my thing with that. Tremec makes what's called a TKX transmission, which is a really good 5-speed. You also get the TR6060 from a Challenger, and that's also another option. just the thing with the TR660 and the other two transmissions that they don't have the slip shaft, so I have to get like some weird drive shaft made for it. The exhaust could have used a little bit of work too. I'm kind of debating and figuring out how to make some custom headers myself to kind of go up, around, and do the hole down there. Driver's side's got a little bit more room than the passenger side, but not much, especially with the steering shaft in the way. But I don't know, that may or may not happen. Just because the exhaust is pretty close to that control arm. Although, if I have this properly aligned, I'll probably get like a good like 1/4 inch clearance. So, yeah. Like I said, rear end might be swapped out to something bigger than the 9 1/4 with the disc brakes instead of this with the drum brakes. Well, the truck does stuff pretty good. Might do the 5-lug conversion at the same time. Not quite sure. Cooling solution seems to be holding up pretty good. Got one of those automatic relay things for the radiator fan, and this fan is oversized for this engine, so really second turn, once it turns on, it's on for like 5 seconds and turns back off because it brings it right back down. So that's real good. And this is stock Dakota radiator too, so then I'm going to retire my beer bottle barf can and get just a nice aluminum overflow for right here, and then I might do something different about this, because I may or may not throw a supercharger on this. If I do, it'll be a torque storm, or just do a single turbo setup by remote mount, and that'll be it on that. Brake booster, I might swap to the 2nd gen Dakota brake booster, because it's the same size, but it fits a little better. Well, it fits on the pedal a little better. This one's kind of like jerry-rigged in there. And yeah, got to clean up some wiring now that everything is working the way it is. Kind of want to redo that because it looks kind of like a rat's mess, especially over here. Over here is most of the stock wiring. Only real wire that's over here is the wire for the oil pressure sender, and then the voltage regulator for the alternator, which I might convert to a 1-wire. But other than that, that's pretty much about it. Let's probably get bigger fuel injectors, swap it over the E85, just because I run 93 in this just for a little bit of extra knock protection, since there's no knock sensors. The knock sensors aren't hooked up to the Mega Squirt. So I might just switch to E85, just squeeze it a little bit more performance out, but mostly just because it's available in my area and it's cheaper than 93. So that might be the idea. Although you do burn through 85 a little bit quicker than 93. Well, that's pretty much an update on the video. So I just have my finger in the lens right there. I think the next closest thing I'm gonna do to this is redo the suspension. They sell some lowering springs for the front and drop shackles for the back to kind of drop the height of the truck down just a little bit. I don't want to go too crazy. I don't want to be frame banging or scraping everywhere. So that's going to be the next step on the truck. However, I do have some plans for the Z. Now I'm planning on taking care of it before I really touch anything with the truck anymore. This is up and running pretty good. So I'm going to let it be. But anyway, that's pretty much the update. For those that stuck around, hopefully got some nice things coming in the future. Probably just uploads to the short, so we'll see. Anyway, y'all have a good one.
I'm recording.